Imagine you are a member of the jury deciding this case. Is the Spanish FA president guilty or not guilty to sexual assault against a Spanish player when they kissed following the World Cup Women's final? Well, this depends on who you believe over the issue of consent, and also how you decide on the issue of the kiss, whether it was sexual or not. According to the law in England and Wales, there are 4 elements to a Section 3 sexual assault offence, which needs to be proven against the Spanish FA president by the prosecution beyond reasonable doubt, if the case was decided in England and Wales. So you tell me, as a member of the jury, have all elements been proven against the Spanish FA president or not? The first element of the offence of sexual assault, as per Section 3 of the Sexual Offences Act, is a person A commits an offence if he intentionally touches another person B. Now, there is no dispute here on physical contact between the Spanish FA president and the Spanish player. It's clear for all to see, because it was captured on live footage and there's plenty of recordings, that there was a touch, that is, the kiss. However, what is your decision on the second element of the offence of sexual assault? And has this been proven beyond reasonable doubt by the prosecution, that the touching is sexual? Clearly, this refers to the kiss. Is the kiss on the lips sexual? To help you decide on this point, Section 78 of the Sexual Offences Act explains the meaning of sexual in 3 ways. Firstly, the touching is by its nature sexual. By its nature, sexual refers to touching which is sexual per se in itself, e.g. touching breasts or private areas. By all accounts and reports, that didn't take place here. The second way sexual has been defined as sexual is the touching may be sexual because of its circumstances or the purpose of any person in relation to it. Do you take the Spanish FA president at his word when he says it was not his purpose to gain sexual gratification? The law also allows a touch may be sexual depending on the circumstances. So can you infer from the circumstances that the kiss was sexual? In answering this question, you may wish to look at or ignore a number of factors. The comments made by the president and player immediately after the kiss, any pre-existing friendship between the two, the relevance, if any, how they have met and greeted previously, the respective different power roles of the two involved, any evidence of force, coercion and exploitation, the relevance, if any, of general cultural and traditional greetings in the society. So considering the circumstances and the factors, some have been mentioned, how do you decide this second element? Yes, the kiss is sexual, or no, the kiss is not sexual. The third element of the offence of sexual assault is B does not consent to the touching. In other words, the Spanish player did not consent to being kissed. Section 74 of the Sexual Offences Act says a person consents if he agrees by choice and has the freedom and capacity to make that choice. Now, there's a factual dispute here. The Spanish player has said she did not consent. However, the Spanish FA president said she did consent to being kissed. According to the FA president, I said to her a little peck and she said, okay. Who do you believe? The fourth and final element of the offence of sexual assault is A does not reasonably believe that B consents. Whether a belief is reasonable is to be determined having regard to all the circumstances, including any steps A has taken to ascertain whether B consents. Again, there is a factual dispute for you to resolve. The Spanish president has explained the steps he took to ascertain consent from the Spanish player by verbally asking permission. Jenny was the one who lifted me up, he said. I told her to forget about the penalty and I said to her a little peck and she said okay. Reports say this account is not accepted by the Spanish player. Witnesses might need to be called and expert lip reading evidence given. So what do you think? There is touching, kissing, but was the touching sexual, kissing on the lips in the stadium? Did the Spanish player not consent to being touched, that is kissed? Did the Spanish FIFA president not reasonably believe that the player consented to being kissed? Now, members of the jury, If the answer is yes to all 4 questions beyond reasonable doubt, you must convict. However, if the answer is no to 1 or more of the questions and you have reasonable doubt, you must acquit. So how do you decide? Is the Spanish FA president guilty or not guilty of sexual assault? Feel free to comment, follow, like and share.